My name is Josh Usera from Rapid City, South Dakota. I'm training in the martial arts pretty much my whole life. Both my parents were instructors. I was that little kid on the sidelines, 3 years old in his little pajama, Mickey Mouse outfit. And like I said, just kind of been born and raised, or been raised around the martial arts. I had the opportunity to work out with an excellent kickboxer by the name of Dave Johnston in Gillette, Wyoming, and he's a former 5-time world champion kickboxer and beat me up for a little while and basically taught me that I've got a lot to learn still. And so around the age of 16, I started pursuing as much training as I possibly could with everything from stand-up fighting, ground fighting, everything in between. I currently own a martial arts center here in Rapid City. It's called Dynamic Martial Arts. I've got a student base of approximately 75 students, a combination of teenagers and adults. My classes go really well. I've been teaching for a long time, again, since I was about 16 years old. And again, this is my life. I love what I do. The style that I teach is called Jukite Jiu-Jitsu. It's a form of traditional Japanese jiu-jitsu, but we've been able to evolve and incorporate a lot of other styles. I try to educate my students with everything from kickboxing to the Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and again, everything in between. I've had the opportunity to work out with a lot of people. I mentioned I lived in Virginia for a while. Over there, I trained with Jerry Beasley, Ian Marshall, Joe Lewis. I even had the opportunity to attend a couple seminars with Bill Wallace and Kathy Long. I've got one instructor down in Denver, Colorado. His name's Alan Horner. He's a phenomenal martial artist, and I've learned a lot from him over the years. Was able to train with Gokor. It was only for maybe one day, but man, I learned so much in that one day, and I still am able to educate my students on a regular basis for with things that I've learned from him. So again, I come from a jiu-jitsu background, but I love everything. I love boxing, and I try to teach my students everything that I know, and every little bit's going to help, and I just try to do the best I can.
With a fight record of 3 wins and only 1 Josh Usera!
I think training, when you're training, it's like any other sport. You play you practice how you want to play. I have the opportunity because I teach. I get to work out a lot with my students, and I'm doing, I'm teaching things. It's not only am I practicing it, but I'm getting to to speak it and say it and kind of understand it in a lot of different ways. So that really helps me understand the techniques and the tools that I'm teaching others. And then from there on my own, I try to, depending on what weight I'm fighting at, obviously I'll incorporate weight training. I do as much cardio training as I can. Running, jump roping, doing whatever I need to do. It just kind of depends on the fight that I have coming up. So, but I definitely believe in training as much as you can. And again, you practice how you play. If you want to knock people out, you need to be hitting stuff. You need to be hitting pads, sparring partners, whatever. started probably my first official fight was when I was like 8 years old. I remember it pretty clearly. I remember I won first place in the tournament. It was an excellent experience, and as a child, you know, I participated in all the other sports, football, basketball, baseball, but fighting was the one that I loved. Even when I was playing football, basketball, baseball, all I wanted to do was fight the kids. You know, I don't think I have issues or anything, but I just like what I do.
In these streets, they look out for me. Concrete yells out, hey, where do you think you've been? But I walk through, because I see right through. I know there's more hiding down here where you're too afraid to go. And I carry pride, I'm sick inside. There's some people your life's supposed to know. No more room to breathe, let the night consume me. I'm hiding in the headlines and these red lights, and it's cold but I'm free. It's loud and dirty, like the voice that guides me back to the place where I'm the stranger, the killer, the king. The air is pissed I'm out here, but knows me all too well. Knows deep inside this f***ing soldier only knows his war, so he steps aside, and I breathe him inside. More fuel for the night, my nights never